Here is another trade recap. It's a play that I'm currently in right now. I've closed majority of my positions, but I still have some runners in it. I'm gonna go over, the setup, the way I was thinking, like the reasoning behind it, and also the way I was able to make use of order flows using unusual whales to be able to stay in the trade even when things were going against me. Now, what we are looking at on this screen right now is a monthly chart. As we can see, this is the month of August. We have somewhat like a evening star in the month of August, but it's not as bearish as most other evening stars, right? But we still have to respect that we have a selling pressure that we have over here. So this is the selling pressure. So when the month of September started, I marked down the low of August. If we break through the low of August, there is a chance for us to trade into July and take some of those July gain back. And we have to also keep in mind, with everything that is going on in the market, inflation, FOMC increase in Fed rates and everything like that, the market is quite bearish. So most of these green months, those are just bounces, and we know that it's considered a bear market rally and it's not going to last forever. So those are the levels I set out on the monthlies. I just want to quickly change the colors of these so that it can be easier for us to identify. Let's go with orange. I think that is for the text. Okay, so let's do it over here. We're gonna go with orange for the color right there. Let's go with orange also once again, and we're gonna make it just a little bit bigger so that it's easier to recognize anytime we look at our chart, right? So that once again is the monthly chart. Up next, I'm gonna drill down to the week. Now that reversal, this is the first week in September, kind of. The first week is September. So the reversal of this trend line that we have over here actually started for quite a while, right? When we broke that trend line, for those who do strat, we have a 2-2 a 2-2 reversal over here. I think it's called a ref strat. Please do not judge me. So we have that. I was not looking at GM during this week, and this major move happened last week. So me coming into the play at this point, there's a chance of what is considered a downside exhaustion, right? There might not be a follow through, there could be a bounce. You don't know what the news is gonna be like. So we're gonna try to note that line also, the low of last week, and let's change the color of that to purple, right? So it is us entering on the low of last week. Our potential profit target is now going to be this low over here. And also if it flushes all the way down, it will now be the low of the month of July. So this is going to take us to the setup on the daily chart. Now, on the daily chart yesterday, I got into this trade, and I'll be very honest with you guys. I'm not one of those traders that, I will let you know what I was thinking, the mistakes that I made, even in my execution. Only thing is that the mistake kind of worked out to my favor this time around. So I'm gonna put our horizontal line right here, which is the low of Friday, which was like my daily trigger to enter this trade. And as I was thinking about this trade, I said, you know what, I would like to hold this trade for quite a while. So for those who play options, we have different expiries. I decide to go with the monthly expiry, which means next month, October 21st. That gives us a couple of advantages. It makes sure that you have a better delta to theta ratio. It makes sure that you are not in a position that is gonna easily clap you and go against you. So yesterday, my goal coming into the market, I think not on yesterday, what was on Monday, rather, which was right on Tuesday, was when I spotted this play, not yesterday, on Tuesday. So my goal of coming into the market is I'm going to take the break of 3407. That if we break below 3407, then I'm gonna jump into this trade, be a part of it all the way downside. But when we opened the market yesterday, I think I saw something on maybe on the 15 minutes chart. Not too sure. But I saw something on here, and I wish I could actually identify exactly what I saw yesterday. But pretty much, I got into that trade earlier than I would love to get into it. I think, yeah, okay. So this is what I saw yesterday. Um, I was trying to get in a little bit early, and what I saw was right here. I saw us have this failed break to the upside. Now we're looking at a 15 minutes chart. I try to look at setup on the 15 minutes chart. I don't jump into trades until the first 15 minutes after the first 15 minutes of the market. So I saw this failed breakup. So I was like, all right, yo, Pilot J, you're going to get in right here. We're gonna take a break of 34.63 to get in early, and play this down to the actual entry of 34.07. And as you guys can see, this reversed against me immediately back to the upside. However, and let me caution you, if you have selected like a weekly expiry in your options, or you even select something that is 2 weeks out, this would have been brutal. Because my expiration is all the way at 10:21. I was like, all right, we're going to adjust my strategy a little bit. We're gonna come back to the daily chart on here, and based on the daily chart, I told myself if we break above the eye of this day, which was above the eye of Monday. If we break above the eye of Monday, I'm gonna get out of the trade. That's gonna put me in a deficit of about 22%, 22 to 25% of my risk, which is still reasonable for me. If I'm that far out, I try to use about 20 to 25%, which is okay. So I stayed in. Now here is the most important reason why I stayed in, and I'll be honest with you, I would have gotten out. The most important reason, I'm gonna go to unusual whale. I use this to monitor the flow. I was looking at the flow that was coming into GM, and everything was bearish, even though it was rallying up. All the expiration, the longer term expiration was bearish, and since I was part of those longer term expiration 1021, this was yesterday. I only bought about 10 contracts, which is not a lot of money. Then I was looking for people with bigger amounts of money, people that put at least $10,000, into the trade. And all of those bigger bets are bearish. So, you want to flow with the whale. Pretty much that's what you want to do in this market. You have small amounts of money. You want to ride along with people with bigger amounts of money. So, as you can see, I saw that on the 27th was all bearish, also. So it puts me in a place where I know that I'm on the right side of the trade, even though for temporarily I am down. And if you also notice in this current market, you will rally one day and it's literally going to dump it the next day. Also, I came to the alert section of unusual whale. I put GM and I saw this aggregated play that was announced 2 days ago, which was a 33 put for GM and about 2.5 million on the line. And as you can see, whoever betted this amount right now, if I refresh the page, you will see that they are up a lot on display right now. Let's put GM there. That GM 33 put. Now they are up 48%. This plays up 48%, right? So they put in about 2 million from 1.21 all the way to 1.80. That's good money for that large amount. Anyway, let's come back to the chart. So that made me stay in the play despite everything that was going on here. And of course, this morning we opened in a gap down. Let's go back into our 15 minutes chart. A gap down means when the close, which was right here, when the open today is lower than the close, pretty much. So, and this was the open today. So that's what a gap down is, in case you don't know what a gap down is and you're watching this for the very first time. And I maybe make some other videos to that in the future. So we gapped down and I was just chilling in this trade. I took my initial profit. I took most of my positions, actually not just initial, most of my position, over half of them I took them on this green candle over here. It was up about 50% of the input into the trade. And I have my runners. My runners, I already moved my stop loss all the way to my entry price because I want to stay in this trade for as long as possible. That's the reason why I have those longer expiration, and I think the market is still gonna further go down. And hey, if it doesn't further go down and come back to my entry, I'm fine with that. It could take me out. So that is the trade. If you have any question, hey, just hit me up. I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you.